Good day, everyone. We are reporting the Module 8. It's all about direct materials and labor. Hi, this is Regille Cuevas reporting the first part of this module. Okay, just in time. Just in time, for me, it is an immediately before the require in order to minimize the inventory costs. In financial control, just in time is an inventory management method in which goods are from supplies as they needed. Objectives. Objectives recognize the purpose of the manufacturing costs of accounting and related production or operating management problem. Number 1, for control costs. The primary control cost is labor, material, and manufacturing expenses. Number 2 is for planning and performance is for the labor. And number 3 for price setting. This is the combination of labor cost and the materials equals the price setting to declare to the consumer. And number 4, the inventory valuation. Inventory valuation for the expenses, the goods that they can expand for that. Yeah. Next is the role of controller. Role controller is the closely monitoring a company financial health. In just in time, the manufacturer with a little no wait time, and consequently can be produced in periods much shorter. That was the under the line manufacturing concept. As just in time, manufacturing environment tends to have a small cost of variances. The controller should question the amount of an effort to be invested and tracking direct labor and material variances through benefit and collecting data. Providing the accurate and timely company records by managing the accounting function. They have the 3 roles in controller. Number 1, assisting with the preparation of operation budgets. Number 2, overseeing financial reporting. And number 3, performing essential duties relations payroll. Okay. According to module is number of the material more, number parts used by the company, number of setups to build a product, number of products sold by the company, including the number of options offered, number of product distribution location used, number of engineering change notices, and number of parts reworked. All of these are the role of the controller about in manufacturing, financial status of the company, and the costs and expenses of the materials or labor. Okay. Several traditional performance measures in before and after until now is 1, machine efficiency, purchase the price variances, head count, scrap factor, labor variances, and standard cost overhead absorption. And that's all my report. And the next reporter is Kristine Egpit.
Good day, everyone. I'm here to discuss about the type of cost systems. Experience in determining costs in the various industries has given to several types of cost systems that suit the various kinds of manufacturing activities. A traditional costing system known as a job order system, normally is used for manufacturing products to a specific customer order or unique product. For example, the assembly or fabrication operations of a particular job or a contract are collected in a separate job order number. Another widely used costing system is known as a process cost system. This system assigns the cost to a cost center rather than to a particular job. All the production costs of a department are collected, and the departmental cost per unit is determined by dividing the total departmental cost by the number of units processed through the department. The controller should be aware of two issues currently affecting the job order in the costing systems. So the first one is JIT manufacturing system. Allow the controller to reduce or eliminate the record keeping needed for job cost reporting, because JIT tends to eliminate variances on the shop floor by eliminating the WP that used to mask problems. There are few cost variances for the cost accountant to accumulate in a job cost report. Therefore, the time needed to accumulate information for job costing may no longer be worth the increase in accuracy derived from it. And the controlling should consider using the initial planned job cost as the actual job cost. The second one is one of the primary differences between process and job shop costing system is the presence or job shop or absence process flow of WIP. Since installing a JIT manufacturing system inherently implies reducing or eliminating WIP, a GIT job, a shop or costing system may not vary that much from the process costing system. Let's move on to the next topic, measuring direct material cost. The term direct material refers to a material that can be definitely or specifically charged to a particular product, process, or job, and that become component part of the finished product. The definition must be applied in a practical way, for if the material cannot be conveniently charged as direct or if it is an insignificant item of cost, it probably would be classified as indirect material and allocated with other manufacturing expenses to the product on some logical basis. The extent of material planning and control is broad and should cover many areas, such as plans and specifications, purchasing, receiving and handling, investors' usage and scrap, waste and salvage. In each of these phases, the controller has certain responsibilities and can make contributions toward an efficient operation. Because material is such a large cost item and most manufacturing concerns, effective utilization is an important factor in the financial success or failure of the business. Proper planning and control of materials with the related adequate accounting has the advantage in that it. First one is reduces inefficient use of waste of materials. The second one is reduces production delays by reason of lack of materials. Reduces the risk from the thief or feud. Reduces the investment in inventories. Reduce the required investment in storage facilities. Provides more accurate interim financial statements. Assists buyers through a better coordinated buy program. Provides a basis for proper product pricing. The last one is provides more accurate inventory values. The next topic is about controlling direct material costs. Before describing direct material cost controls, these costs must be defined. Direct material costs include the invoice price for the direct material, the inbound freight costs, sale taxes and duties, and the cost of delivery pallets or other price containers. Any discount should be taken from the material cost, while licensing or royalty payments should be added to the cost. With respect to materials, as with other costs, control it is simply form involves in the comparison of actual performance with a measuring stick, standard performance, and the prompt rectifications of adverse trends. However, it's not simply as a matter of saying 350 yards of material were used and the standard quantity is only 325, or the standard price is $10.25, but the actual cost to the company was $13.60 each. Many other refinements are involved. The standards must be reviewed and better method found, or check and controls must be exercised before the cost is incurred. The central theme, however, is still the use of a standard as a point of measurement. The next topic is about controlling direct materials quantity. Standards of material usage may be established by at least three procedures. The first one is by engineering studies to determine the best kind of quality of material, taking into account the product design requirements and production methods. The second one is by an analysis of past experience for the same or similar operations. The third one is by making test runs under controlled conditions.
Good day everyone, my name is Asio and I will be going to discuss the Module 8, which is measuring direct labor cost. Thank you. Measuring direct labor cost, labor accounting and control are important. Also, those costs that are closely related to labor cost have grown by leaps and bounds. Cost for longer vacation, more adequate health and welfare plans, pension plans, and increased social security taxes. The objectives of labor cost accounting are twofold, which is number one, a prompt and accurate determination of the amount of wages due to the employee. Number two, the analysis and determination of labor costs in such manner as may be needed by management, example by product operation, department or category of labor for planning and control purposes. Which means that these fringe benefit cost now approximate 30% to 40% of many payrolls. For all these reasons, the advent of GAT manufacturing system has called into questions the need for reporting the direct labor utilization variance. So it's very important to know or to measure the cost of the labor in order to the organization or the company to grow. In this way, you can lessen the expenses and the money to came out the company. The next is controlling direct labor cost. As with direct material cost control, direct labor cost must be defined before considering controls. Direct labor is that labor which can be specifically identified with providing a service, completing a project, or building a product. Such costs include assembling, inspection, processing, and packaging. So the same with measuring direct labor cost. It's also important to control the labor cost directly, specifically in the project that mentions above, which is inspections, processing, and packaging. Those such costs or high cost production will be a high factor whether your company or organization will succeed. So in order for you to do that, you should be pay attention to a typical employee benefit costs that fall into these categories. Number 1, cost of living allowance, group life insurance, health insurance, holiday pay, pension cost, productivity bonuses, social security, unemployment insurance compensation, vacation pay, workers' compensation insurance cost. Those mentioned above are the typical employees' benefits that are affecting or high impact in the organization when it comes to labor cost. So you should set a proper expectation and manage that as soon as possible. So if you manage to address this type of risk negative impact, your organization will be more successful. Thank you. So moving on to the next topic, which is wage incentive plan. In an effort to increase efficiency, a number of companies have introduced wage incentive plans with good results. The controller is involved through the payroll department, which must calculate the monetary effect of such a plan. Once facet of incentive plan is germane to the costing process. When an incentive wage plan is introduced into an operation already on a standard cost basis, a problem arises about the relationship between the standard and performance level at which incentive earnings commence at the standard performance level used for costing purposes. So in short, in general, a wage incentive plan is designed to induce workers to increase their production rates by providing an incentive in the form of higher wages for increase in output. Although wage incentive plans offer them obvious financial advantage, workers frequently regard them with some suspicion. So the last is target costing. The main point of this chapter has been to control production cost after a product design reaches the factory floor. However, by this time, the components being used in the product have already been fixed and the design is one of that must be produced using specific manufacturing methods. So by the time a product reaches production, there really is not great deal that the control can do. So in short, target costing is an approach to determine a product's life cycle cost which should be sufficient to develop specified functionality and quality while ensuring its desired profit. It involves setting a target cost by subtracting a desired profit margin from a competitive market price.